Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you today. I have to say, I did not think I I would be saying anything else about the Los Angeles City Council members that were disgraced, and the people there were asked to resign. They wanted apologies because what they did was terrible. But Kevin De Leon resurfaces. And he'd been doing small little things here and there, people that would accept him. Like he was handing out turkeys last month. But wherever he's at, there are people out there. Now, Kevin De Leon is from Guatemala. His parents are from Guatemala. And from what I saw, his father is half Latino and Chinese. That's what's written. I don't know how true it is. However, that has nothing to do with this. But what does have everything to do with this is him and Nori Martinez and Gil Sodillo making the whole group look terrible based on their actions. Now, I know a lot of people from Central and South America, and I have friends from all over the world. And the unfortunate thing is that when you have maybe a couple or a small group of people that do something that is, how can I say, terrible? Just terrible. It has a way of sprinkling or moving on to the whole group of people. It's sad, but that's what it is. However, what they did was not cool at all. Because they, on one hand, were making racist statements and actually moving forward on their prejudiceness by cutting out black people from LA and making things hard for them to benefit Latinos. Now, one thing about politics, you have to be there for everyone, not just one group. But they didn't stop there. They moved on to a fellow city council member to where they tried to redistrict to make it hard for the Asian American city council member, to where she would have a hard time running and possibly lose her seat to get someone Latino in there and to make it entirely Latino. That's what happened. But Kevin resurfaced, and it was a huge problem. This is what happened. This is in Politico, and here just to reiterate some things. They have been chasing him meaning Kevin De Leon, all over the sprawling city since October, when a leaked recording surfaced in which De Leon and several other colleagues spoke in racist terms as they schemed to carve up the city political boundaries to benefit Latinos. All right. De Leon stopped going to the city council meetings. It would have been hard if he would have kept on going, and I'm surprised that he didn't resign. Though he made brief attempts on Friday to avoid raucous demonstrations, he fled the bungalow he bought for nearly $1 million. Wow. Last year, a local women's club hastily canceled a showing of its beautiful life when protesters got word that De Leon would be there, agonizing in a handwritten note on the door. Ugh. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's like when a small group does something it affects everyone. And then if the Latino community does not come out and be outraged, and they should, but if they don't, then they'll be looked upon, oh, you're a racist too. You're right along with them. That's exactly what's going to happen. His life on the run has prolonged a painful chapter for the Los Angeles following the recording's October release. The episode, His Poisoned Political Politics. Just as Mayor Karen Bass takes office, now she's forced to deal with the fallout of the city's already confronting bitter division and an array of daunting challenges. And yeah, and other people that had nothing to do with what they did, it leaks out onto everyone else that had nothing to do with it, and they have to clean up the mess. Now they got to deal with the mistrust and all this other stuff. And it's sad. It really is. But however, it is what it is. Now, Kevin, no matter where he goes, he's going to be chased down. He's going to have these issues. And I don't even know if it's going to talk about the fight. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. De Leon doesn't appear to be going anywhere, no matter how hard others work to push him aside. When De Leon tried on Friday to emerge from exile, showing up at a city council meeting for the first time in 59 days, the hearing devolved into shouting, and enough members walked out of the council, went into recess. When the recess resumed, the embattled council member was gone. The critics were slamming him around. Or slamming him again, I'm sorry. Later that night, De Leon was involved in an altercation at a holiday event, which he was captured on video grabbing a protester and pushing him onto the table. Both De Leon and the protester activist Jason Reddy had filed a battery report against him. And it's only going to go downhill for him. I mean, look, whenever you do something like that, people are going to have a visceral reaction. They're going to say things to you. They're going to tell you exactly how they feel. Now, you may not want to deal with the backlash of it, but it is what it is. But for him to put his hands on a guy and rough him up or slam him around, that wasn't the right thing to do, Kevin. It only makes matters worse. Now, not only do you have the label of being a racist, now you have the label of being a racist and violent. Hold your temper. De Leon has apologized for his comments in October's recording. Sort of a handful of media appearances. He sought to minimize and explain his remarks. He tried to keep a low profile to the extent that's possible in an era of social media. What he hasn't done is resign, despite calls for him to do so from the President Joe Biden and virtually every Democratic politician in California. Wow. You might want to listen. Instead, the former longtime state legislator who won the state Democratic Party's endorsement for the 2018 challenge to Senator Dianne Feinstein is trying to withstand tense pressure and to stick it out, at least through the last 2 years of his term. And while collecting a salary, wow, they get paid a lot, of about $218,000. That's a lot of money. But then again, California is an expensive state. But It goes on. It goes on. And, it would be in the best interests of the Los Angeles people, the city council, if he were to resign his seat, because people are not going to let up. They want him to resign. And him refusing to resign, and I kind of get why, because he has $1 million bungalow and he got to pay that. Oh man, you all really messed up. So, what do you think? I want to thank you for stopping by, because you could be anywhere, but you decide to stay here with me and listen to my video, because politics runs the world. Now, whether if you agree with the politics or not, put something down in the comment section. Whether if you agree or disagree with me, that is okay. We can agree to disagree, or we can agree to agree. So please help me get to 500 subscribers, and then help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you for stopping by.